And then the decision that everyone is talking about with regard to the abortion issue, what the court did in effect was return this very controversial issue to the people and their representatives so that it can be decided through the democratic process. Now, that's almost entirely likely to occur at the state level, and let me tell you why. In the Senate, most things require 60 votes, not just 51. Neither side of this issue has come anywhere close to having 60 votes. So I think this is likely to all be litigated out, dealt with in the various states around the country through the democratic process. All of these, I think, are landmark decisions, decisions, I think, rendered by men and women who believe the job of the judge to follow the law. Now, some have said, with regard to the abortion case, that precedent should always prevail. And I think we have a new county attorney here. I won't put her on the spot. But let me just say, precedent is important. It is important. But sometimes precedent is wrong. So let me give you a classic example of someone that involved a Supreme Court justice from Kentucky. The case was Plessy versus Ferguson. The case in 1896 upheld racial segregation on rail cars, which is the way people moved around then. There was one dissent in that case. The dissenter was John Marshall Harlan from Kentucky, who went to Centre College, was appointed to the Supreme Court by Rutherford B. Hayes in 1877 and served until 1911. And John Marshall Harlan said that was a violation of the 14th Amendment and also a violation of a civil rights bill that had been passed by the Congress that was largely ignored. 58 years later, the Supreme Court in Brown versus Board of Education basically adopted Harlan's dissenting opinion, and it became 9-0, the law of the land, bringing down racial segregation in public education. So I raise that just to make the point that precedent is important, but sometimes the precedent is outdated or wrong. And this issue sent back to the democratic process for the will of the American people through their elected representatives to make the decisions.